What's up, guys? This is Tyler with Simply Fragrances, and today I'm doing a tag video. Yeah, my boy over at BroSense, Tyrone over at BroSense, he's started this tag, and what I gotta do is give you my top 5 most obnoxious fragrances in my collection. Now, I do have 2 honorable mentions, so it's gonna be top 5 plus 2 honorable mentions. Now, when you think of obnoxious, it might, maybe have like a negative connotation to it, but obnoxious doesn't necessarily mean you don't like it or that it's bad. It's just that it's very loud and predominant. So think of this as like a most obnoxious slash loudest fragrances in my collection. So it's not that I don't like these, it's not that they don't smell good, it's just whenever you first spray them on, or even throughout the remainder of the life of the fragrance, they're very predominant, very loud and proud, so to speak. So obnoxious just means it makes its presence known. It's very loud. So I don't want anyone to think that I don't like these fragrances or that they smell bad or anything like that. So before we go ahead and get into this, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. That really helps me out. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, give it a thumbs down. I just want that honest feedback. So, and also, I want to say something that's actually really cool. So, JC over at Stay Fresh Productions, he's one of my favorite YouTube reviewers, if not my favorite. He always brings something new to the table that I've never heard of or smelled or anything like that. And he's just got this presence about him that's very relaxing and just easy to watch. And so I've watched his videos for a couple years now, and the top 5 fragrances for life video that I did, I actually tagged Page of Styles, who then tagged Ross, and then over at TLTG Reviews, sorry if I got that wrong, and then Ross tagged JC, and JC just did that. So that for me is actually really, really super dope. The fact that something I started is now up the chain, up into the big timers, and so that's just super cool for me. I don't know, I just thought that was really cool. So I want to give a shout out to Page of Styles for doing the tag and then passing it on, and then now it's all the way up into JC. So who knows what we'll see. Maybe we'll get Ashton over at Gent Sense, or Kubanos, or Big Beard Business, or Steven at Red Adolescence, Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Who knows where it's going to go. I just think that that's super cool, and kind of just a not pride in the sense of like, hey, look at what I did, but it makes me proud that something I did is kind of catching on. So anyways, so like I said, this was a tag video done by BroSense. His name's Tyrone. Go check him out. I'll leave a link in the description over his channel, and you guys can go check him out. He's got good content. And so he tagged me with this. He messaged me about this, and he wanted me to do it. So got to do it. And I'm going to bring you my top 5 plus 2 honorable mentions, most obnoxious fragrances. So let's go ahead and get into this. So first one coming in at the honorable mention, this one should be no surprise to anybody if you've ever smelled anything from this house. All of their fragrances project very well, make themselves very known, and you're gonna get attention. But this one takes the cake for me. For whatever reason, this one just literally dances off my skin, and I get a lot of compliments, but I actually can clear a room out with this. And people always smell me when I wear this, and this is Parfums de Marly Cologne. Again, this doesn't smell bad, but it's very loud, very obnoxious. It fills the room. It lets you know its presence is there. And not gonna line, upon like initial spray, there is a bit of a sourness to it that can, maybe be taken, I don't know, like in a negative way, but that quickly goes away after, the first couple minutes, and then you get like this, what I call a darker, smokier, maybe more manly Baccarat 540 type vibe. I mean, it doesn't smell exactly like Baccarat Rouge by any means, but it does kind of have that vibe about it. So at the first honorable mention spot is Parfums de Marly Cologne. Now, that the second honorable mention, this one is pretty new to my collection, and I have to redo the video because some of the video stuff got corrupted on there, and I have to redo it. So this will be my second time reviewing this fragrance once I do. So once I post this video, you guys will know what I'm talking about. But this comes from EBK Parfums in Paris. This is Ruby Vanilla Intense, and this stuff, man, it's a very, very unique fragrance. It's very sweet, woody, a little bit of a musk to it, but what's really cool about this one is on my skin, it goes really sweet, vanilla, woody, and it literally fills a room. I went with 3 sprays when I wore this to work the other day, and I've sprayed this a couple times, and you can see how little I have to use. This stuff, literally, it filled up the conference room. We had a meeting that day, and every single person with mask on could smell me from like across the room, and I only did like 3 sprays. So this stuff is very loud, very obnoxious. It's gonna let you know that it's there. So all right, those are my 2 honorable mentions. Got those out of the way. Now, this one, again, these don't mean they're bad. They're just obnoxious to let you know it's there. The number 5 spot, this stuff, it sings off my skin, and I love it so much. And you just saw the cap, so you probably already know what it is. But number 5 spot, this is going to be Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. And this stuff, gosh, guys, how great is this stuff? Man, this has got nothing but love in the fragrance world. George, he's outdone himself. This is just a standalone fragrance. It fills the room off my skin. Every time I wear it, I get compliments. It's very loud. My wife absolutely hates it. She thinks it smells very old-fashioned and thinks it's just an old man type smell. But this is a classic gentleman's fragrance with a modern twist. If you haven't checked it out, definitely recommend get your nose on it. Hit up George. He'll get you taken care of. If you haven't seen my review on this, go ahead and look at my channel and watch that review, and look up other people's reviews on it too. It's a really great fragrance. So that's number 5, Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. Now the number 4 spot, this is another like classic gentleman's barbershop fougere type fragrance with a little bit of a modern twist. This has been kind of classified in the fragrance world as like a niche Old Spice, but I think it's just far superior to anything that Old Spice has ever put out. Excuse me. Number 4 spot is Creed Viking. I freaking love this stuff, guys. Like, man, if I was like 40 years or older, this would be my signature scent. I love this. It's classic. It's got a barbershop fougere type vibe to it, but it's got a modern twist to me. It's got this rose mint in the opening that is just absolutely beautiful, and this stuff lasts all freaking day on my skin. I get like 14 to 16 hours off of this stuff. I wore this to work last week, sprayed it on at 11 o'clock, went to work, came home, could still smell it, woke up the next day after taking a shower, and I could still smell it on my neck. Like this stuff, I have to scrub this stuff off to get it off me, and it's very loud, fills the room, and I do get compliments on it. Everyone says I smell like a boss when I wear this, and that's kind of the vibe you get. You get very just sophisticated, mature man when you smell this, and this is what I think man in a bottle smells like. Creed Viking, number 4 spot. The number 3 spot, this one, I don't know. It could probably be swapped with the number 2 spot. These ones are pretty similar, but this one, I feel like it dissipates off my skin quicker than the number 2 spot, so that's why that's at number 3. But this is like literally fall, winter only. I've only worn it a couple times, and it just, man, it's so freaking loud off my skin. Like, we have to roll the windows down if my wife is in the car with me after I put this on, because it gives her a headache. It's so loud, so predominant, and this is Amouage Jubilation, and I flippin' love this stuff. Blackberry and honey incense with spice, oud. Like, I don't know if there's oud in here, but I get like a oud vibe. Man, this stuff is phenomenal. I love it. My wife absolutely hates it, thinks it's one of the most disgusting things in my collection, but I love it. It's classy, it's elegant, it's Middle Eastern. I wear this for like special occasions. I wore this for the Feast of Trumpets. You know, for those of you who been on my page for a while, you know that I do like the feast days of the Bible, and so wore this on Feast of Trumpets. It was a nice, this cool fall day, and it was amazing. I could smell it all day long, but this doesn't last quite as long on my skin as the number 2 spot, and so that's why it's number 3. At the number 2 spot, this is actually from Sensual Obsessions, and this is his rendition. This is Kevin. This is his rendition of Oud for Greatness, and this is Noble Woods. And I've wore it like 4 times, but literally all I need is 1 spray. Look how much is left in there. This stuff, I made the mistake. I sprayed it 3 times, wore it to work, and my boss has said, hey man, you're giving people a headache. Like, this is what you got on. It smells decent, but it's just super loud, super obnoxious. He actually used the word obnoxious, so super obnoxious. You need to go wash that off. So I had to go into the bathroom, use soap to scrub this stuff off. This stuff, it smells great. It's not quite as sweet or as oody as Oud for Greatness, but it definitely does the trick. This is winter only for me, fall, winter only, and it does smell good. So Kevin, man, you did a great job at this stuff. Too strong, at least off my skin. So, like I said, these are in no way saying that these are bad or anything like that. Obnoxious doesn't mean bad. I'm gonna say that probably 5 more times because I don't want anyone to get offended thinking that I don't like their fragrances. If I didn't like them, they wouldn't be in my collection. All right, so at number 1, this is hands down the most obnoxious fragrance in my entire collection. It's ridiculous, guys. It lasts like 37 hours. Kid you not, 37 hours. I did one spray on my hand, and my wife had to have all 4 windows rolled down. Whenever I got home, I had to go scrub it off. Use soap, use a sponge to scrub it off. I used alcohol, I used whatever I could find to get it off there. It would not leave my skin. It was making its presence known, and it was large and in charge. And this is Frederic Mall's Portrait of a Lady. And I've used a little bit of it, but this was like a little 5 ml sample, and I've had this for about 2 years now, and that's all I've had to use. This is winter cold only, like only in the winter cold. This does great in the winter. The cool weather, cool breezes in the snow, like this stuff sings. It's like a musky, manly rose, if that makes any kind of sense. But literally, I'm holding it this far away, and it's very, very strong just off the cap. Like this stuff, it's a very elegant scent. It's very mature, masculine, musky rose, and it's beautiful. It's a masterpiece. But if you wear this in the summertime or anything above like 50 degrees, you're gonna give yourself a headache. You're gonna give everyone else around you a headache. And I'm trying to think, was it last year or might have been last year or something like that, but I made a mistake. I sprayed this 3 times the first time I ever had it. Like, for those of you who know what this stuff is, you know what I'm talking about. I made the mistake of spraying this 3 times, and literally my wife almost threw up. Like, she had to pull over, she had to have her head hanging out the car. She's like, you can't wear this ever again. She's grabbing me from wearing it. I'll still sneak it every now and then, but this stuff is super loud. Just it projects like a freaking monster. Like I said, I sprayed this 1 time on my hand whenever I very first got it, and it literally filled the entire car. Like, so you're probably thinking, well, why'd you spray it 3 times if 1 spray does it? Well, I sprayed it 4 hours before I had to go somewhere. Kid you not, 4 hours before I had to go somewhere. My wife, she was getting ready. She came home, and as soon as she walked in the door, I was sitting on the couch. She could smell it. She goes, that's way too strong. I was like, it's been 4 hours. What are you talking about? She goes, it's too strong. I was like, no, you'll be fine. You'll get used to it. Went in the car, started driving. She had to hang her head out the window because it was so freaking strong. Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Mall. This stuff is beast mode, absolute beast mode. Do not wear it. Do not wear more than 2 sprays ever. Excuse me, ever. You will kill yourself. You will kill everyone else around you. Excuse me. I don't know why I keep hiccuping, but yeah, so that's it. That's my top 5 plus 2 honorable mentions. Since this is a tag video, I'm gonna tag 2 people, or maybe a couple, I don't know, but definitely tagging Page of Styles, man. Appreciate your interaction with me. It's really nice to see that. I've tagged a couple people in the past, and gotten no response, which is fine. It's not about anything like that, but I do appreciate that. So Page of Styles, you are tagged. I want to tag you, and who else am I going to tag? I don't really know anyone. The more people I tag, they really haven't been doing anything with them, which is, like I said, fine. I'm not mad or anything like that. So yeah, I'll just tag Page of Styles, man. You're tagged, and I don't really interact with any other than you and Tyrone. Hunter, I kind of mess with you a little bit. So Hunter, if you do see this, man, over at your Fragrance Hunter, I think it's what you changed it to. You're tagged, and we'll leave it there. So Page of Styles and Hunter, you guys, you are tagged, and I want to see what your top 5 most obnoxious fragrances are. And again, if you go over 5, that's fine. I had 2 honorable mentions. So anyways, all right, guys, this video went on quite a long time. I apologize for that. So let's go ahead and end it. Yeah, give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. And then remember, if you love it, wear it.